2 minutes. Are you going to be able to hear me from back there, Holger? Because you might want to come closer. You could be here. You could be here if you want.
He never listens anyway. He's just looking.
No, he doesn't have his eyes open ever, so I don't know.
Yeah. Telepathy.
What? Are you in the shot the way you need to be? Have you checked and rechecked it? He likes to be on camera.
Does he? Ooh.
Do we have any requests? And can you all hear me if I'm talking at this level? Awesome. No areas of the body that are looking for attention? We've done those the last 2 classes, so maybe I'll give options. I know we have a low back. Anything you need to abs? Anything you need to avoid, Rachel, with your ankle? You'll modify? Okay. So let's come into child's pose to start. And let your hips fall back towards your heels. Let your whole body relax. Just take a moment and be still. And let the physical stillness encourage mental stillness as you begin to calm and quiet the mind. And let the breath now move in and out through your nose. Letting the inhales flow into the exhales, flow back into the inhale, again and again. And if the Ujjayi breath is a part of your practice, you can start to constrict the glottis, narrow the airway, and create that sound as you breathe in and breathe out. Encourage the breath to get longer and deeper to the best of your ability this evening. And try to establish a steady pace to that breath that you feel as though you can maintain. Let your hips gently sway from side to side. And as they sway back to center, start to reach the arms out in front of you, pulling yourself up to your hands and your knees. Stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees now. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. If you want to move slightly shadier, Maureen, feel free. If you want to slide forward, you're good. So make sure the space between your thumbs is big enough for both your feet to fit there. Reach your thumbs towards each other and your pinky fingers out away and push the earth away from you. Wait for your inhale to come up into cow. Make that U shape with your spine. And then take the exhale to round out into that cat stretch. Tail tucks, chin tucks. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. And just move at the measure of your own breath here. Maybe you can close your eyes, focusing inwards, letting go of the distractions around you. Some of you may be used to practicing outside, some of you maybe not so much. Take one more inhale into cow and one more exhale up into cat. And then neutralize back to table. Gripping your mat with your fingers on an inhale, send your right leg back and your left arm forward for a spinal balance. Flex the foot, spread the toes, and pull the left shoulder back away from the ear. Looking straight down to the ground to maintain neck alignment with the rest of the spine. Pull the low belly up and in. Take another inhale, stretch the arm and leg even longer, lift them just slightly higher, and then set the hand and the knee down as you exhale. Inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. Flex the foot, spread the toes. Turn the palm inwards as you pull the shoulder back away from the ear. Keep that firm downward pressure through your left palm and lift the shoulder up and away from the wrist. Take another inhale, stretch it out longer, lift the limbs a bit higher as you exhale, lower the hand and the knee down. Slide your hands forward a couple inches, curl your toes under, press up and back to downward dog. Maybe you're walking out this first down dog, maybe you're moving the hips around, making whatever movements in this posture are necessary for you to gently stretch out the body. And then see if you can find stillness in the pose as you push the chest back and press the hips up. Keep that lower ribcage area contained. Don't sway too much through the low back. Inhale up onto the toes, soft knees, look forward, and let your feet come to the space between your hands. Rise up to that flat back as you inhale, and fold over the legs as you exhale. Inhale, come up halfway again, lengthen the spine, look out in front of you, and fold chest to thighs, chin tucks in. Last time, inhale to that flat back, long spine. This time, take a grip on the legs, gently pull yourself down. Try to have just as much weight in your toes as you have in your heels. Relax your head completely. Lift the hips up and away from the heels gently. Good. Release your fingerprints to the floor. Walk them away from your feet about the length of your torso so your chest lifts up away from the ground. Push into your right foot and inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. And as you lift your chest away from the ground, send the crown of your head out to the Detroit River as you push your left heel back behind you. Keep your toes pointing down to the ground. Try not to lift the left hip higher than the right. Inhale, lift the left leg just a little higher. Exhale, lower the left foot next to the right. And inhale, lift the right leg up. Flexing the foot, spreading the toes. Push out through the heel. Send the crown of the head away. Focus the eyes. Inhale that right leg just a little higher. Exhale, lower the right leg down. Plant your hands now back on the mat, shoulder distance apart, and step back to the top of a push-up. And remember, your plank can be on the toes or from down on your knees. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. Puff up your upper back a little bit as you press that space between the shoulder blades up towards the sky. Gaze forward slightly on the inhale, lower with control, elbows in. Curl into your cobra. Breathe. Hips on the ground. Let your back do the work rather than your arms. See if you can inhale just a little higher and then exhale, forehead down, tuck the toes. Inhale to the top of a push-up and press back to downward dog. And breathe here. Draw the shoulders gently back away from the ears and send the crown of the head towards the space between your hands. Try to keep spreading your fingers as wide as you can. On your next inhale, rise to the toes, soft knees, look forward, and exhale your feet to the space between your hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. This time, let's inhale, circle the arms to the sky, look up towards those thumbs, let your palms touch and bring your hands through to your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale completely. Inhale, circle the arms up, looking forward, lean to your right on the exhale. Inhale through center and over to the left as you exhale. Inhale, come up, look up, and tip back as you exhale. Inhale back to the top, palms open out, swan dive, lead with the chest. Inhale, look out in front of you as you elongate the spine, plant both palms, walk, step, or hop back to the top of a push-up. Spread your fingers. Create space between each and every one of them. Lift through the low belly. Press the space between your shoulder blades towards the sky. Shoulders over wrists. Look forward slightly on the inhale, lower with control, elbows in. Curl up into cobra, so hips on the ground, hands beside the chest, elbows hugging into the sides of the body. Take one last inhale, come up a little higher, lower the forehead, tuck the toes. Inhale to the top of a push-up. Press back to downward dog. And breathe deeply. Try to keep those feet parallel to one another. The space between your thumbs, your feet should be able to fit there. Make sure the hands aren't getting too close together. And on an inhale, lift the right leg slowly up. Try not to lift the right hip higher, so turn your right big toe slightly to the left. Inwardly spiral that upper right thigh. Inhale that right leg just a little higher, and then step your right foot in between your hands. Slide that left foot back as far as it'll go. Make sure your feet are at a hip distance stance. Stay right up on those back toes. Try to press that left leg as straight as you can. Move the heart towards the river. Lift the chest away from the thigh. Keep breathing deeply. And now left hand just coming in a little closer to that right foot. Take your right arm out like a wing. Look at your thumb. Making sure that your left hand isn't directly next to your foot. You want shoulder over wrist. On an inhale, start to lift the right arm up to the sky. Spiral your chest, open to the right, but don't turn your hips. Take another inhale, reach even higher, and as you exhale, let the right arm come down. Good. Push off the left foot, and on an inhale, start to lift the left leg up to the sky. And this time, start to bow your chest towards your thigh. Point your left toes to the ground. Push out through that left heel. Maybe you can hold the right ankle with the right hand. Some of you might walk the left hand even closer to that right foot. Some of you might be able to hold the ankle with both hands. Find your edge. Keep the neck long. Hands back on the ground. Take another inhale. Left leg lifts higher. Exhale. Big step back with that left foot as you plant both your palms now flat on your mat. Step the right foot back to join the left. Keep your shoulders forward, right over those wrists. Look forward as you inhale and lower as slowly as you can on the exhale. Curling into your cobra. Exhaling there, hands beside the chest. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, lower the forehead, tuck the toes. Inhale, press up to plank and back to downward dog. And breathe. Inhale, allow that left leg to float up behind you. Keep the hips level, spread those toes. So watch the tendency for that left hip to start to hike up higher than the right. Point your kneecap to the ground, point your toes to the ground. Inhale, lift that left leg up even higher. Exhale, take a big step forward with that left foot. Make sure your feet are at a hip distance stance. Pull the left hip back, shift the right hip forward. Move the heart forward. Elongate the back leg, the length of the spine, right out through the crown of your head. Bring your right hand in a little closer to the left foot. Stay on the pads of the fingers. Grip with those fingerprints. Left arm out like a wing. Look at your thumb. Inhale, start to lift that left arm up. Spiral your chest, open to the left. Try not to let your left knee fall out to the left. So push into your left big toe and your inner left heel. Draw both shoulders back and down away from the ears. Take another inhale, lift that left arm higher as you exhale. Lower the left arm down. Bring your hands back to shoulder distance. Push off the right foot and lift the right leg high to the sky as you bow chest to thigh. Tuck the chin, nose, then forehead in. How far back can you walk your hands? Maybe you can hold on to the left ankle with the left hand, pulling yourself down a little further. Maybe the right hand can start to walk in a little closer to the inner foot. Maybe you can even hold the ankle with both hands. Lots of different options here. Push out through the heel and the ball of the foot. Good. Take those hands back to the ground if they've left it. Take another inhale, lift the right leg higher. Exhale, big step back with the right foot. Plant both palms, top of a push-up. Shoulders forward. Look forward as you inhale, lower slowly as you exhale. Curl up to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Elbows in, shoulders down. Press heavily into the tops of your feet as you point your toes straight back behind you. Take another inhale, come up a little higher. Let the forehead come down with the exhale, tuck the toes. Inhale to plank and take it back to downward dog. If downward dog does not feel like a pose of rest, take child's pose. And breathe. Good. If you took child's pose, make your way back to downward dog. On the inhale, rise to the toes, soft knees, look forward, and exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. Inhale, circle the arms up, look up. Palms touch, exhale, hands through to the heart. Take an inhale. And exhale, inhale, circle the arms up as you look forward, lean to the right and hold. Keep the chest pointing straight ahead and start to push your left hip out to the left, increasing that crescent shape. Pull the shoulders down. Good, inhale through center and change sides as you exhale. Start with those hips stabilized and then begin to push the right hip out to the right. Compress that left side of the body. On the inhale, rise. Exhale, separate the hands to shoulder distance, pull the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the chin, open the throat. Exhale, begin to lean back as you lift your heart to the sky. Send your thumbs back behind you, open that chest. Engage the buttocks to protect the low back. Inhale, come up, palms open, soft knees, swan dive. Look forward as you inhale, take a grip, your choice, ankles, calves, big toes. Pull yourself down into an active forward fold. Make sure your feet are parallel to one another. Try to lift the hips up and away from the heels. Pull your shoulders back away from your ears. Good, inhale, look forward, release that bind, crawl the fingers forward away from your feet. Heavily pressing into that right foot, come onto your fingerprints, so come off the flat palms. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Push out through the heel. Try to send the crown of the head forward in front of you. Elongate here as much as you can. Can you inhale, lift your left hip up, turn your toes to the left. Exhale, point the toes down, square your hips. Don't lift the left hand. Inhale, lift and stack. Exhale, square off the hips. Inhale, lift and stack. Exhale, square off the hips. Inhale, lift and stack. Don't swing the left leg back behind you. Try to keep the left leg as straight as you can. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, square off the hips, lower the left foot down. Look forward as you inhale. Walk the hands back as you bend the knees. Release into a ragdoll forward fold. So just relax, let it go. Give the head a little shake as though saying no. And then the opposite, nodding the head yes. Good. When you're ready, on an inhale, start to walk those fingers forward away from your feet. Lift the chest away from the ground. Come right up to the pads of your fingers, gripping with those fingerprints. On an inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, not the hip, just the leg. Keep that hip down, level with the left to start. Spread those right toes. Now, on an inhale, lift the right hip, stack it on top the left. Exhale, square the hip back to the ground. Inhale, lift and stack. Exhale, square it off. Inhale, stack. Exhale, toes down, hip down. Inhale, lift and stack. Try not to swing the leg back behind you at all. Keep the ankle in line with the hip. Push out through the heel. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, square off the hips, lower the right foot down, walk your feet together, big toes touch, little space between the heels. Start to bend your knees. Sit back into that imaginary chair, squeeze your knees and your thighs together, turn your palms to face each other. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Squeeze your legs together. How high can you lift the arms without unbending those legs? So lift the chest, lift the chin. Keep pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze those knees and thighs together like they'd fused into one strong leg. Now look forward and on an inhale, lift the heels. Bend your knees a little deeper. Keep squeezing those legs together. Take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, take the back bend, and exhale, swan dive, and come all the way down. Look forward as you inhale, plant both your palms, step back to plank pose as you exhale. Set your right knee down on the ground right under your hip. Bring your right hand in so it lines up with the knee, shoulder over wrist, and plant your left foot directly behind your right toes so that your left toes point, or pardon me, your right toes point to the arch of your left foot. So turn that left big toe in a little bit. Take your left hand to your left hip, and now stack your left shoulder over your right shoulder and reach your left arm straight up to the sky. So maybe you're looking out to the left, maybe you're looking up to that thumb. Turn your palm towards the river and take the arm over the ear. Pull the shoulders down away from the ear. Maybe you're taking it further, leaning a bit more weight into that right hand. Can that left leg float up, parallel to the ground? Some of you might want to take the bind, bending the left knee, reaching back with the left hand to catch a hold of the top of the foot or the ankle, pulling the heel away from the buttock as you pull that foot up and back behind you. Spiral your chest to the sky. Good. If you took that bind nice and slow, release the leg, arm over the ear again. Slowly lower your left foot and suction cup it to your mat. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Look down to the right thumb as you lower your left hand, lower your left knee, and widen your hands back to shoulder distance. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. 2 more. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Last one. Inhale into cow. Exhale all the way up into cat. Neutral table. Hands or knees separate slightly further apart as you tuck your toes and take it back to down dog. So if you're already at the top of your mat, you take the knees back. If you're already towards the back of the mat, it's either that adjustment with the hands or the knees, your choice. Turn your big toes in just slightly and try to press those heels down. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, let's lower the left knee down underneath the left hip as we prepare for the other side. Bring the left hand in, line it up with the knee. Look at your left thumb. Plant your right foot directly behind the left foot, toes to arch. So keep the fingers of that left hand really gripping the ground and bring your right hand to your right hip and stack your shoulders now, right over left. Float your right arm to the sky. Can you look up to that thumb? Turn your palm towards the river and take the arm over the ear. Keep that arm on a diagonal and lengthen that whole right side of the body. So you can keep the right foot rooted. You can lean into the left hand to float the right leg up. The option is there to bend the knee, reach for the top of the foot or the ankle. Remember, this is your practice, so you work to your edge, whatever that might be. Slight tuck to the tail here. Low belly still pulled in. If you're in the bind, release it slowly, arm back over the ear. If the leg is lifted, set it down slowly. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Look down to that left thumb as you lower your hand down, lower your knee down, and widen your hands back to shoulder distance. Inhaling into cow and exhaling into cat. Do that 2 more times. And when you're done that second one, again, a little more space between the hands and the knees as you tuck your toes and press back to downward dog. Maybe those heels get a little closer to the ground here. Press the backs of the knees gently open. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Good. Inhale up onto the toes, soft knees, look forward and let your feet come forward to your hands. Inhale, just come up halfway and try to lengthen, and as you exhale, fold chest to thighs. Big toes touch, little space between the heels, bend the knees, sit back into that chair and inhale, take the arms up beside the ears. Tuck the tail, pull the low belly in, look at the space between the hands if you can. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach for the sky, turn your palms out, just let the arms circle down. Bring your hands to your hips. Find that sweet spot on your mat where the ground feels fairly level underneath your right foot as we move towards a balance pose, or the sweetest spot you have. So let's lift and spread the right toes. Release them down and come on to the ball of the left foot. Start to bend your right knee. Cross your left ankle, or pardon me, your left knee over your right knee. So some of you may need your left toes on the ground. Some of you may need them lifted up onto a slightly higher level. If you have a block, great place for it. Some of you might be just squeezing the foot into the side of the leg. Some of you might be hooking right around behind the leg. But bend your right knee as deeply as you can. Tuck the tail, draw the low belly in, take your arms out like wings. Let's take the right arm over top of the left in front. Option 1, reach for the shoulders. Option 2, intertwine the forearms. Lift the elbows away from the ground, but pull the shoulders down away from Squeeze those legs tightly together. Bend that right knee a little deeper if you can. Can you sit just a little deeper? On your next inhale, as you straighten the right leg, extend the arms, left leg comes out. Exhale, all 3 limbs down. Pick up the right foot, give that right leg a gentle shake. And just take Utkatasana for a moment, close the eyes and just observe the differences you feel between right and left side. Through the whole body, not just the feet and legs. Mentally preparing to do the same pose on the other side. If you need to adjust where that left foot is planted, do so. Lift and spread those left toes. Hands on the hips, come onto the ball of your right foot. Bend that left knee and sit your hips nice and deep. Cross right leg over left. Toes on a block, toes resting on the ground. Squeezing the foot into the side of the leg or hooking the toes behind the leg. Keep your hips forward, arms to a T. This time it's left arm on top as the arms come around, either reaching for the shoulders or intertwining the forearms as well. Try to turn the thumbs in, palms towards each other, elbows up, shoulders down. Focus your eyes. Bend deeply into that left knee. Keep that tail slightly tucked downwards. Maintain your breath. Can you sit a little deeper? And then on your next inhale, begin to unravel it all. Send the leg out and the arms out wide, and then release that right foot down and give the left leg a gentle shake. And once again, Utkatasana. And just breathe and settle. Slowing the breath down, slowing the heart rate down. Good, let's take a big step out to the right with that right foot, opening to the east-ish. Take those feet to a one leg's length stance, slightly pigeon-toed, so turn the big toes in a little bit. Press through all four corners of the feet, hands on the hips. Good, as you inhale, extend the crown towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge from your hips and start to fold forward. Try to still keep weight in your toes. Don't let it all drop into the heels. Take it down to your furthest place. Hands stay there. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Draw the elbows up. Relax your head. Relax your head. Good, take another deep breath in, and on your exhale, release your hands to your mat. Separate your hands shoulder distance apart. Look forward as you inhale, and as you exhale, start to pull yourself into an active forward bend. Keep your hands shoulder distance. Keep your elbows shoulder distance as well. How far down can you come? Some of you might be able to walk your hands so far back that your head can then rest on the ground. Don't turn your hands back behind you though. Keep your fingers pointing forward. If your head can come down, make sure that all 3 points, head and hands, are equidistant. Some of you may be taking it up into your tripod from here. Try to keep your elbows hugging in. If you went from tripod to headstand, come from headstand back to tripod. From tripod, can you take your feet back to the ground? Inhale, look forward, lengthening the spine, hands crawl forward. Little bend to your knees, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. If your feet went wider than one leg's length, shorten that stance, but make sure you have one of your own leg's length in between your heels. Turn your right toes out. Heel to heel alignment. Turn your left big toe in a little bit more. Bring your arms to a T. Now look down that right arm and start to reach over the leg as though you were reaching for Riverside Drive. When you can't reach any closer, tip into your triangle. Try not to let the position of your torso change at all. Some of you may be looking at your left thumb. Some of you are looking out to the left, some of you are looking at your right big toe. Find your edge. Good, take another deep breath in, and with your exhale, look at your right big toe. Push through both feet and inhale, rise back up. Turn your right toes in. Pivot and turn your left toes out. Heel to heel alignment. Slide the right big toe in just a little bit further, or the heel back, your choice. Look over your left arm. Start to reach out over the leg as though you could touch the water. When you can't go any further, tip to triangle. Can you look at your right thumb? If it hurts the neck, look out to the right or down to the left big toe. Balance the weight evenly between your 2 feet. Good, take another deep breath in. With your exhale, look down to your left big toe. This time, start to bend your left knee and bring both your hands down to the ground. Come onto the ball of your right foot, step back to downward facing dog, hips high, push the chest back and press the heels gently down. Inhale, float up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, and take it through to a seated position. Extend your legs out in front of you. Remove the flesh from underneath those sitting bones. Keeping that right leg extended straight out, draw your left knee into your chest. And then let that left leg fall out to the left, but try not to pull the foot and the hip back anymore. Try to stay facing that extended right leg. On an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, and as you exhale, start to send your heart towards your right toes. And when you can't go any further, relax the hands down. Maybe you're holding your foot, your ankle, your calf, maybe your palms just face the sky. Level out your shoulders right now. Draw your low belly in. Send your heart a little closer to those toes, and then when you get to that furthest point, relax your head down now. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply, push out through that right heel. Keep pulling those toes back. As you inhale, lift the chin. As you exhale, extend the arms alongside the ears again, and then inhale, come all the way up, palms out, and circle the arms down. Bring the left knee up, send the left leg out. Draw the right knee into the chest. Keeping the hips as they are, let your knee fall out to the side, pressing the foot and the leg together. Try to keep facing that extended leg. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, move the heart towards the toes, relax the arms, don't drop the head yet. What can you grip comfortably with a bend in both those elbows? Now level out your shoulders, draw the belly in. Send your heart as close to the toes as you can get it, and then relax your head all the way down. Close the eyes, breathe deeply. Inhale to lift the chin. Exhale to extend both the arms. Inhale all the way up, palms out. Circle the arms down. Bring your right knee up. Bring your left leg in to join it. Make sure that you're sitting on a spot that feels comfy. Hold on to the backs of the thighs. Squeeze the legs together. Take it up into boat. Lifting the chest. Maybe lifting the arms. Maybe you're still holding the legs. Some of you might be working with straight legs. What is your edge? Keep that nice tight V as best you can. Can you inhale those toes a little higher? Exhale, plant your feet hip distance apart. Hands come back behind you, maybe about a foot or so. Try to plant them at a shoulder distance width. When you're ready, inhale up into your reverse table. So make sure your feet aren't too wide. 2 fist distance between those heels. Push your belly up, push your heart up. Can you relax the head back? Otherwise, you're looking at the navel. Good, take another deep breath in, look forward, exhale, lower. Holding the legs, lift them up. Maybe lifting the arms, lift the chest. Good, take another inhale, lift those toes a little higher. Exhale, cross the legs, plant your hands, step back, top of a push-up. Press back to down dog. Good, inhale onto the toes, soften the knees as you look forward and take it back to seated. And this time lie down onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Hug them in with your hands and rock side to side. Good, roll through center. Take your arms like railings right down alongside you, palms to the floor. Take the soles of your feet to the sky. Try not to lift your hips off the ground. Just take your legs straight up in the air. Soles of the feet to the sky. Flex those feet, spread your toes. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Point your toes. Flex your feet, point, flex, hold, hold. Push into your palms, your shoulders, and your head. Take another inhale, push your heels to the sky. Exhale, lower both legs halfway down to the ground. Pause. Push out through the heels as you inhale. Lower halfway down again as you exhale. Take another inhale, push the heels away. Exhale, 1 inch off the ground. Inhale all the way back up. Hold. Push into your palms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the legs halfway. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, halfway down again. Inhale, push out through the heels. Exhale, lower to 1 inch. Inhale, bring the legs slowly up. Hold, push into your palms. 1 more, you can do it. Push your hands to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, halfway down. Find a bit more length. And then exhale, halfway again. Take another inhale, push the heels away. Lower to 1 inch. Inhale, bring the legs all the way up. Draw your knees to your chest now. Rock side to side. Good. Roll to center. Set your feet on the ground. Bring your heels close to the buttocks and plant your feet hip distance width apart. Trying to keep flattening your low back towards the ground. Arms are still hugging the sides. Make sure that your feet have only 2 fists distance between your heels. Good. Inhale, lift your hips off the ground. You can stay here and bridge. So try not to have your feet wider than your hips. So we bring your feet a little closer together. Some of you might choose to come into wheel, hands to either side of your head, pressing all the way up. Trying to straighten the arms, straighten those legs as best you can. Keep those knees at a hip distance stance. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, start to lower yourself slowly down. Move the arms out from underneath you first if you brought them there. Good. Let your knees loosely come into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Good. Sit your feet on the ground and bring your arms to a T. Cross your left knee over your right knee, knee over knee. Shift your hips a couple inches to the left. Turn your head to the left, look down that extended left arm and take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower your legs slowly over to the right. If having the legs crossed is causing your left shoulder to pull away from the ground, you can feel free to uncross the legs and just stack them instead. Palms can face up or down. Try to close your eyes. Let every exhale sink you a little deeper into the pose. Take another deep breath in, and on your exhale, press your palms back to the ground. Inhale, slowly lift the knees up away from the ground and uncross your legs. Shift your hips to center. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Take your hips now a couple inches to the right. Turn your head to the right, take a deep breath in, keep your right shoulder heavy on your mat and let your legs fall over to the left now. Palms up or down, your choice. Close the eyes, relax. Sinking deeper and deeper with every exhale. Press your palms down to the ground. On an inhale, let your head and your knees come back up. Uncross the legs, shift your hips back to center. Keep your arms out to a T, let your knees come in towards your chest, and then bring your heels up so that your shins are parallel to the ground. Squeeze those legs together as you push into both hands and take a deep breath in. Let your legs come over to the right, but hover them off the ground. Don't lift your left shoulder. On an inhale, bring the knees up. On the exhale, let the legs move to the left and hover them as you squeeze them together. Push into both palms. Inhale, legs come up. This time as legs go right, head goes left. Hover those legs. Inhale, center. Exhale, legs to the left, head to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, legs to the right, head to the left. Before your left shoulder lifts, set your feet down. Relax your arms. Take just a couple deep breaths before you go further, lifting an arm, pushing yourself deeper. Try to just let gravity do the work for you. And you might find after several breaths that the ability is there to bring the knees a little closer to that right arm. I'm going to give you lots of options here, so maybe listen to all of them before you choose one of them. The legs can stay bent, the right arm can rest on them. The right hand can reach for the outside of that left foot, and you can extend that left leg out straight. You can extend both legs straight out to the right. See what feels good for your body. Try to keep that left shoulder nice and heavy. And then surrender your body now to gravity. Maybe feeling this twist just a little differently than the last one. Letting go of tension, tightness, and discomfort with every exhale. If you brought the right arm off the ground, release it. If you straightened one leg or both legs, rebend the knees, push into your palms, inhale, slowly come up with control and change sides as you exhale. Try to keep that right shoulder heavy. Don't let it lift. Don't take it further right at the start. Relax first. Take that softening, that chance to relax and melt. After maybe 3 or 4 breaths, the ability is there to bring the knees closer to the left arm. Maybe you're reaching with the left hand for the right foot, extending the leg out straight. Maybe you're extending both legs out straight. Maybe you're just draping that left hand on the outside of that right leg. Maybe you're staying right where you were. Continue to breathe as deeply as you can. Let your whole body just melt. If the left arm came up, let it sink back down to the ground. Bending the legs if you straightened them. Push into your palms. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Squeeze your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs. And now inhale, forehead to knees. Exhale, start to squeeze yourself into a very tight little ball and take one more inhale. Holding the breath, squeeze every muscle, every single one as tight as you can, and then let it all go. Making yourself ready for shavasana with extra clothing, eye pillows, bolsters, blankets, whatever you brought for your comfort. Bring your feet nice and wide, let them flop and fall out to the sides. Turn your palms towards the sky as you tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Give a gentle downward tuck to your chin. Create a bit of length there at the back of the neck. And let your breath grow softer and quieter. Let your whole body just melt down towards the ground. Let your mind grow quiet. As thoughts enter your mind, try to let them go. As sounds become noticeable to you, try to let them go. Every time you're distracted, try to let it go. And just be here in this posture, allowing your whole body to take rest. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Take rest. Take rest. Begin to deepen your breathing. And as you continue to breathe deeply, just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and feet, wrists and ankles. Turning your head very slowly from side to side. And then roll your head back through center. Let your legs come together as you point your toes. Reach your arms back over your head and take a deep breath in. Stretch everything out. And then relax the arms down. Draw your knees into your chest. And just rock side to side. Roll over to your right side and pause. And then pressing into the right elbow and the left palm, make your way slowly up to seated. Try to keep the eyes closed if you can. Stacking ears over shoulders, over hips. Bring your palms together, your hands at your heart. And allow the crown of your head to lift towards the sky. Ending our practice with the chanting of Om one time, joining in if you would like, or just listen if you prefer. Take a deep breath in. Thanking yourself for this gift of yoga, sending a silent thank you out to those who came to join you, sharing their energy with you here in this amazing outdoor space. And I thank you for allowing me to share these teachings of yoga with you. The divine light within me graciously acknowledges that same divine light within you. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Nice to see you all. Happy Friday. Yeah. As soon as the sun settled, it got way better. It was a little intense for you guys. It shifted a bit.
It's just nice to do it in a group again. Miss that.
Yeah, it's different.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So as this week ends, I'll probably send out another email with the schedule for that week following. Since next week's is up online, I sent it out as an email. I'll do the same thing again. Yes, you can for sure. Does Sarah have your email?